How's it going, guys? My name is Gabe with my co-host here,
Goddard.
and we're on episode 9 of Den of Kings. And today we're going to be talking about kind of the pre-game about versus Crown Villa. Crown Villa is who we're playing. I almost forgot. I've been doing a lot of
Wow.
film, and it just went past my head. But we'll be talking about a little bit of Crown Villa, a little bit of the team, and a little bit of you know, you know, expectations to see out there as our second home game, and kind of go from there. Goddard.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm excited to kind of dive in and get an idea of how you think Crown Villa will approach the game. I think we'll focus it maybe from that perspective on what you might expect from Crown Villa, more than what we'll put forward. And then, by the way, before we get started, we need to let everybody know, get your merch.
Get your
Southside
merch.
FC KC.com. Get merch. It's great. And it's all reasonably priced. Yeah,
All of it is. All of it is. I mean, I've seen the prices. It's. I think I saw a T-shirt for like
$20. And then I think
yeah,
I think some of it might be 15, like 15, $20.
yeah. It's not. It's
Hey,
not crazy. It's not crazy. If you want
it's
to
not
splurge a
wild.
bit, there's some merch out there that's a little bit more expensive. But other than that, I mean, it's everything's affordable.
Yeah, go get your merch today. um, okay, so let's look at, obviously we're coming off a very, very strong victory. We got to talk to Noah, well, not last week, but last episode about how he was feeling going into that game, leading the team out. So this week now we're looking forward, and we've got Crown Villa here in just a couple days. And so what's the mentality going into this game? Because I don't think I got to ask you this question. How are you getting the team ready, especially after having such a trouncing victory last week?
Um, I guess the way that everybody is on the same page, I believe, is the game is gone. I mean, it's out of the door. It's out of the way. It's out of our head right now. I mean, if we live up onto 7-0 being all on our head, then we come to Crime Villa, we're going to get smoked 7-0. I mean, it is what it is on that part when it comes to if you only think that way. So right now we're just thinking forward. Been working with some of the guys, a lot of film, and kind of every game's going to be is going to be different. Especially the longer the season goes, there's more footage being put out. Um, we're going to have to play our game, but at the same time with a little bit of a tweak into it to adjust to the teams.
Mhm. Okay. So when you're analyzing film, and more specifically when you're looking at a team like Crown Villa, from a general perspective to start, what are some things that you're looking for? What's your film process looking like when looking into Crown Villa?
Um, Realistically, the way I look at it is first is I kind of watch the first few minutes of how what Crown Villa, not just necessarily Crown Villa, but it's only because I'm watching them today, and this week. But in general, a team I watch the team that we're gonna face that week, watching for a few minutes, but then I rewatch. Say I watch 10 minutes of the game. Of say for example, we're watching Real OP. I watch them for 10 minutes, go back again, restart the whole game at for another 10 minutes again. But I watch the opposing team a little bit more into depth and see what they did because for example, if I see Real OP struggling a lot on the right side, I'm just looking in the beginning. I'm just looking at okay, what are they doing? Okay, this is why they struggled. And then when I go back, I'm looking at okay, this is what Olathe did. This is what Olathe did to kind of crowd them or expose their weaknesses, and I go from there and take notes. And then once my film is over, I review back with my assistant coach, and then I review back with a few players, kind of to be on the same page of I never want to show up saying this is what I got, and then somebody goes, I had answer B, I had C, I had Abraham Lincoln, you know. So we want to be on the same page when we go to face every team.
For sure. So, in looking, so again, back to Crown Villa. So, what were some of the things that you picked up that you're hoping to exploit against Crown Villa?
Um,
What is your assessment of their game, and do you feel that the team is ready to match up against them?
so as much fun as it will be to talk about it, I'm not gonna go into really much in depth because I don't want them to change
Mm-hmm.
just because of what I'm thinking. Nor do I think that's what they'll do. They'll probably still play their game, and they'll probably do a little bit of adjustments here and there because it's what, week 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's week 4. They're going to probably do some adjustments. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna assume they're gonna play the same exact way how they did week 1, week 2, week 3. They'll probably play with some adjustments, but every team has a way of playing
Mm-hmm.
and their identity. It's kind of like what I
For
say. Our
sure.
identity is, scoring goals,
Mm-hmm.
speedy, and resilient, right? But
Mm-hmm.
with Cranville, I'll say this. I'll say this. They're a really quick team, and they know what they're looking for. Well, per se, they know what they're trying to look for. It's just can they
Mm-hmm.
execute it, and that's when we come into play and seeing if we can not let them do that at all. But they're really quick. They're a really quick team, shifty team. So I can say that for sure.
Okay. And obviously, Crownville is going to be looking for to get more points on the board. Obviously, they are, I think, 1 win, no draws, 2 losses, and so this is going to be their first time here.
Yes,
Um, and we're going to have to manage expectations to make sure they don't they don't get a big head because you come into the den and
exactly,
you know
exactly.
Lions got to eat. Lions got to eat. So we're gonna let them know. We're gonna show them. And I'm excited to see how this matchup goes. But looking at their record and looking at the team that they are
Hmm.
and the games that they've played, do you feel as if they're more dangerous than the record suggests or the game suggests, or do you feel like based on the opponents that they've played that you've got an accurate read on them?
I'm actually pulling up their. I was looking at earlier today. I think they're in
Mm-hmm.
7th place. Let me see, make sure before
Well,
I
they're in
say.
seventh, but they played Olathe, they
Correct.
played Woodland, and then they who's the 13th? Was
Real
it?
OP.
Yes, Real OP.
So, I'll say this. I can for sure. I'll give him. I'll give him this. Their record does not match on the talent that they have on their team, nor on the threat
Mm-hmm.
they can cause. Because, I mean, it's only week 4, and we play 18 games in the whole season in general, and it's only week 4. It's like saying, like in basketball terms, you play over 80 games, and you expect a new team that got new players, everything, and expect them to be 20-0, but you can't tell what a team is in the first 20 games. Same exact thing here. You can kind of see the things that they are good at, and then a lot of the weaknesses. But it's a long season. I think 7th place is not where they're going to sit at, and if they do, that's going to be very surprising. But I don't think they're going to sit there. Um, I mean, they had a tough schedule. Um, it, with adding in Olathe and Woodland. And Woodland in the first game is a really good test. Um, you know, I don't think they. I think their only loss was the U.S. Open Cup match. Besides that random Real OP game, that I don't know what happened there. That was not Woodland, and Woodland showed out, and that's why they won the championship because that wasn't Woodland that day. And I mean, Woodland's no joke. And like I said, for their schedule, I mean, they have Olathe, they had Woodland, and they have us. And then besides Real OP, and they beat them, but they have
Mm-hmm.
a tough schedule. So
They do. I mean, to get the top 3 finishers within your first 4 or 5 games of the season, that
yeah, because
that's a doozy.
we're running into this similar situation where Antioch, we didn't know what to expect. I mean, they talked in their podcast and the league's podcast about how they only met for a little bit, and how Antioch thought we were gonna, run through them, which not true. We were just in the podcast before that game. I said, you know, they're as dangerous as any other team because we don't know anything about them. Regardless if they got built in 1 month or in, if they played for one season, we don't know anything about them. No footage, no nothing. We've never played them before. So Antioch was a weird game, but no excuses there when it came to that draw. Then we played. Who did we play? Oh, Liberty. Liberty 6-6 is sitting at sixth place, which they don't deserve to sit there. They're a really tough team. They know what they finally found their rhythm and what kind of identity they're going for and what they're going for. So I could see them trying to fight for the top three realistically, as long as they have their players all there and healthy. So, and then who did we play? Then Leewood. Leewood was they're sitting ninth, I think. Yeah, 3 losses. So. And then we play Cranvilla, and then we play, and I think we only get 1 day break, and then we go 2 day break, and then we go play Woodland.
Yeah, because we're off. Because we'll play Saturday, and then we'll kind of next week's episode is going to be interesting. Yeah. We're going to split the time between the preview and the preview and the post. So we'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. But next, it's a reason to tune in for next week's episode. Yes. You're going to get a lot going both ways on the information. So, okay. So then, I mean, this league is shaping out to be already interesting. We're almost a month into the season, and it's. I would say it's a little bit surprising, like in some regards. I don't think necessarily the top 3 per se are surprising, because I mean, when you're looking at the top 3 finishers, us, Woodland, Olathe, correct, you would expect us to strengthen, which all teams have. It just comes down to who's on it on the day, but when you got teams, I think you're right. When you got teams like Crown Villa and Antioch, and you don't really know too much on them, it's probably a little bit more fortunate that we have a little bit more information on Villa going into this game. But that's just the nature of things. We have the information. We'll sort it out, and we're gonna leave our mark. So I'm ready and excited for that match. I think people do need to come out, and I hope people come out in droves to support, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and I think we're going to leave an entertainment value. If there's anything that we promise about the on-field product, is we leave entertainment value. So goals.
I mean, we have 13 goals this season already, which is tied with Woodland at
I think, yeah,
in first place. Only thing they beat us is goals against, which, we fixed that up last week, and then we'll see if, how it translates against this week, and especially versus Woodland, playing them Tuesday. But goals, yeah, no problem with goals.
Yeah. I think, and I don't think we emphasized the clean sheet last week. While I understand it was against a 10-man Leewood, I think shoring up the number of goals that go in is a big deal. It kind of gives us a platform to launch ourselves into this game, because that was probably our biggest weakness last year, and I'm glad to see that we made the improvements, but now we're seeing a little bit of the fruits of that improvement. Because last year we turned games into a shootout when we probably shouldn't have. But also, nobody could outgun us. Let's just be honest. Right. We were just
we were the rookie year. We were the first season of Patrick Mahomes kind of thing, where all goal or all touchdowns, and then it was always a showdown because couldn't defend. Same exact thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I think I think they're going to find it very, very hard. Crown Villa, that is. I think they're going to find it hard. And I don't know if they're ready for the fight that they're going to have on their hands. Just, obviously from a soccer perspective. And we'll it's going to be one of those things that I believe that will let them know why we were one of the teams that pushed the reigning champs as far as we did. And it's a game that the game isn't played on paper; it's played in real life, and I think we'll continue to make that happen. Saying yes, we're strong on paper, but also in real life too. We're going to show you. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the guys to show up. I'm ready for the electric nature that the game should be. So
there's one thing I told everybody. I think I told this to Ross back when we played Lee Summit when they were a team last season. I don't like good games because a good game means if I'm in a fan's perspective, I am seeing goals left and right. Like the Man United game, that is a good game when they played Leon.
Oh, that second match.
As a fan watching that, you got your money's worth, especially if you're sitting there at Old Trafford watching that. You got your money's worth. You thought your team was going to lose, get eliminated, no more European soccer. And then out of nowhere, Harry Maguire just scores that winner.
Man needs a statue.
As a striker. But I told everybody I don't like good games. I really don't. And it's because I believe my team should be playing on the level to the point where we should never let it get that close. I know I think that's only like a bias thing because I know the league's growing. I know this league is a lot stronger this season. Kind of like what I said with Liberty and Crown Villa. They don't belong in where they're sitting at right now. I say give it one more month and we'll see, I think, around the true form. And then I think it won't change after that much unless there's some surprising games. But I don't think, I guess, like I said, give it one more month of games. We'll see who's going to sit in the mid-table for the rest of the season, who's going to be fighting for the top three in general, and who's going to be fighting for the championship this season. But back to what I was saying, I don't like close games because that means we're struggling somewhere, and they're succeeding, and the opponent are succeeding in something else, and I need to figure it in less than 90 minutes, and that's and it's drawing up different plays, trying to do, different subs, trying to see what we can do to do that. But, kind of like what we did in Leewood, that's my favorite kind of game. Not because of the goals we scored, but because we were able to control that game and they never had a chance when it came to possession, getting, to the final third, anything like that. So those are my kind of games. And I know I'm not gonna see that most likely versus Crown Villa because I know the team that the kind of team Crown Villa is. But there's a reason why you do film and you hope for the best, and then translate it to the players, and then hopefully they put it onto the field and kind of go from there as well.
Well, I think that's probably a good point to wrap ourselves up here and kind of close up the episode. To the fans, we're live streaming now. We're actually properly live streaming. So go to the YouTube channel, click the live tab to watch the games. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch any of the games, I have created a 2025 Select League playlist on our page. So youtube.com. You can find us at Southside FC KC or type in Southside Football Club. We're going to come up pretty quickly because our channel is relatively active. But head to YouTube, subscribe so you can follow and not miss any of the action. Also, get your gear today, SouthsideFCKC.com. Get tickets today if you're coming out to the match. Tickets, again, $5 for adults, $3 for youth, 11 and under are free. and we're doing a household ticket. So if you have a larger family, $25 is that limit, or is the cap. So $25, get the whole family in, and maybe some friends or family that happens to be staying over at the house for the weekend. So, but why not, right? Why not? And lastly, follow us on social media, like, share the video, and this is good. This is good. I don't know. I just kind of went blank for a second, and I don't know why. Maybe because I wanted to change it. Maybe partly because I wanted to change my ending, and I don't know. Maybe part of me, I think I had I was caught in like half a thought, like I should do like Southside 5. Like
Southside 5. Just think of something that rhymes with Southside.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Like I'm trying to think outside of like what Shannon Sharp has already said, because it's like what he said is funny, but it would be nice to find something that's like extra creative, that's like us related. It's like I don't know.
Hold up, I got you. Hold up.
Southsides are ballers. The team is shot calling. You on the way, rolling out home. I don't know. Southside 5. My brain's blanking in this moment.
Hold up.
I like this moment that we're riffing here. Are you actually like typing in or Googling or like chat GPTing? Are you serious?
Well, when our human brains don't work, you just ask the all-powerful machine, artificial intelligence. That's why it is called intelligence, because it knows more than me.
Give me an idea. Oh well, it is what it is.
No, actually, give me a poem. No, never mind.
That's okay. That's okay. You know what? We'll just go back to our normal ending. So, guys, we appreciate you. If you're still here, obviously you're here for the shenanigans, and we appreciate y'all. But apart from that, you guys have a good one. Like, share, subscribe to the video, and we'll catch you on the south side.
Didn't work.